Welcome to Go Full Circle, a tailor-made program for local leaders to unlock environmental practices in their business. My name is Stephen, I'm from Cirque du Soil, and we're the facilitators for this course. In this video, we'll provide you with a quick introduction to the circular economy, with a focus on opportunities in hospitality and retail businesses. Circular economies, to us, embody healthy country and healthy people, and through this knowledge sharing program, we aim to improve the balance and respect for nature. In this short video, we'll have a brief look at what the circular economy is, the environmental impacts from food and retail businesses, and why you may choose to undertake the Go Full Circle program. To explain the circular economy, let's begin with the current linear model, which has been in place since the Industrial Revolution. A simple way of understanding the linear economy is 3 words: take, make, and dispose. We strip resources from the earth, we manufacture or transform them into products, and then we dispose of them, causing more and more damage to the environment and to public health every single year. The midpoint is the recycling economy, where we take, make, and then recover some of the materials for transformation or reuse. Now, in a circular economy, we want to avoid extracting new materials. The life cycle of products is designed to firstly utilize existing and sustainable sources, and the material selection and transformation aims to ensure that these materials can keep being used again and again and again. Each stage of the life cycle of material use should feed back into the cycle. Through the Go Full Circle course, we will examine not just these principles, and we'll do that through the lens of hospitality and retail businesses, but we'll also work with the 12R hierarchy to become more circular. Let's have a little bit of a look in food and retail businesses. Now, while we cannot ignore the major global polluters, the hospitality sector has a significant opportunity to reduce their footprint. 1 million tonnes of food is discarded by the hospitality industry in Australia every single year. If we took the global emissions from food waste and we made it a country, it would sit as the 3rd worst global emitter, just behind the US and China. It's a big issue. Food waste equates to a bit over 60% of the average bin use in cafes and restaurants. Consumables used in production are typically linear. The energy that's sourced is predominantly coming from fossil fuels, and some of the big barriers to change include time and financial pressures, which often prevent a focus on identifying ways that financially and environmentally beneficial changes can be made. Now, despite this, over half of the hospitality businesses agree that adopting new practices would give them a competitive edge, but finding the time and the tools to adopt circular practices is recognised as a major barrier to reducing the impacts that hospitality has on the environment, and we need to address that. Moving on to retail. Now, once again, setting aside the significant responsibility that high-volume retail businesses in Australia and globally have, the retail sector is responsible for around 3 to 4% of all global greenhouse gas emissions, and that does not include the extraction and production back at the source. More than 500,000 tonnes of food waste goes into landfill every year from retailers. Packaging materials take up almost 2/3 of the average bin, and each year an average retail store generates around 7.5 cubic metres of waste per employee. One of the major barriers faced by high street retailers is a lack of access to recycling infrastructure. But overall, the retail sector is one of the more energy-intensive industries in Australia, accounting for around half of the energy use in the commercial property sector, and 5% of Australia's greenhouse gas emissions. So this course is to help you address these issues in your business, and the principles that we'll teach and the tools that we'll provide apply beyond hospitality and retail. Lasting change comes when we can find commercially viable value in sustainable practices. We need to address human and economic barriers. We need to build the brand and the reputation of your business, and we need to increase the engagement of your team and introduce a new sense of pride in their employment. Lastly, we need to increase the value from your customers through improved loyalty and patronage. So this is why we're offering the Go Full Circle program. Regardless of where you are on your journey to circularity, we can only address these issues by working together. Through and beyond this program, we want to connect you to a new community of practice, or, to use less fancy words, we want you to be connected with like-minded peers who are striving for the same thing. We want to equip and support you to find a new edge. In every business we support in the shift towards circularity, there are at least 3 easy changes that can be made that have a real difference. We do not want complexity to get in the way, and that's why the program has been designed in consultation with your peers. Now, to use an analogy from a kitchen, we're focusing more on teaching techniques over recipes. So I hope this information has been useful in informing you whether or not this course is for you. We look forward to supporting you in your journey to circularity. Thank you for listening this far, and if you have any questions, please get in touch with us at the email address on the screen.